Hey everybody, it's Rob here at etrailer.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the PTC Custom Fit Cabin Air Filter on our 2014 Toyota Highlander. Now we are going to show you how to get it installed. It's an extremely easy process, but we're going to go over the features and benefits of having a cabin filter and making sure that you keep it properly maintained so that we can have fresh air inside of our Highlander. And that's exactly what our filter is going to do. Just like a furnace filter does for your house, our cabin filter is going to make sure that all the air coming from the outside is filtered and cleaned before it comes through our vents. A lot of people don't even realize that their vehicle may have a cabin filter, but most newer vehicles after about 2008 typically have them, and our Highlander definitely does. Now, the manufacturers are going to recommend that you check, if not change your filter every 12 to 18,000 miles, but if you want a more specific time, you can check your Highlander's owner's manual. So keeping the filter serviced and clean is going to make sure that we have healthy air to breathe inside of our Highlander. Because honestly, the air inside your Highlander can be up to 6 times more polluted than the air outside. Because as we're driving down the road, there's pollen, dust, road debris, gas from nearby vehicles. All of those things are floating around in the air, and once they come in here, they really don't have anywhere to go. So having the air filtered before it comes through the vents and inside of our Highlander definitely is going to be really nice and beneficial for our health. But also it's going to keep our Highlander in good working condition as well. Because if the filter gets clogged, we're going to reduce the amount of airflow that can go through there, which can cause a back pressure buildup and can do a lot of damage to the HVAC system. Not to mention, if something does happen to the filter, let's say it's not in place, particles and bigger pieces like leaves and stuff like that can go past where the filter would be, and that'll just be a really annoying rattling or kind of a flickering sound coming from the fan. Not to mention, if it does get further in the system, it can cause a lot of damage that can eventually cost a lot of money to fix. Now, I know we've all been at the service station, maybe we're getting an oil change and they offer to replace our cabin filter for us, and that's all fine and well, but there's really no reason to pay anybody to do it. Our Highlander is not going to require any tools at all to check it or change it, and it only takes a couple of minutes. In fact, let's go ahead and do that together now. We can set our filter aside. We're going to start by coming to the passenger side. We're going to open up the glove box. And then on the very far passenger side of the glove box, on the bottom here, we're going to have this prop rod against this post. You just take your thumb, kind of hook it on, you push away, that'll release the prop rod, and we just push it out of the way for now. But then we're going to grab the side edges of our glove box, kind of flex them in just a little bit. That'll allow the stops to come past the edge of the glove box here. You can just rotate it down. Then we can slide it off the hinge section right here. And we'll look into the cavity. We'll find this black rectangle cover. There's a tab on each side. So I'm going to grab the tabs, squeeze in, and pull straight back. That'll expose the filter. Just grab the corners, kind of bend them in, pull the filter out. Now that is one thing you want to pay attention to before you take it all the way out, is it's going to have airflow with an arrow on it, so you want to make sure that the new filter goes in the correct direction, because again, just like a furnace filter, it has an airflow direction. As you can see, our filter's not that dirty, but it is starting to show its age a little bit. It started out a pure white, and you can see we kind of have brown marks going throughout it, and if we open it up, there's not a lot of large debris in there, but you can see it is catching all that debris. But we do have a new one with us, so we can go ahead and just set the old one aside, grab the new one, double check the arrows. So we want to make sure the arrows are pointing down. And then we can just put in our air filter the same way we took it out. Just slide it in place, take our cover, and that even has a little arrow pointing up. And just line it up, click it in place. And it's just a reverse order of putting the glove backs back in place. Get it hooked on the bottom, rotate it up, and put that prop rod back in place. But it really is just that easy. There's no reason to pay anybody else, especially now that you know where it's located and how to access it. But again, I'm Rob here at etrailer.com. That'll finish up your look at the PTC Custom Fit Cabin Air Filter on our 2014 Toyota Highlander.